All right. Hi, everyone. So this is our second hangout for the Android Study Jams. We will go over a little bit of an overview of lesson 2, lesson 3, training, and any questions you guys have about those lessons, and any questions about the final project. So in case you are watching on YouTube for the first time, we are the Google Developer Group Kansas City. My name is Jay Whitsitt. I'm the Study Jam facilitator this year. Kyle Paul, who is also on the Hangout, is one of our organizers, and Vince Garcia is another organizer who can't make it tonight. Any meetups that we have or any cool blog posts or announcements that Google makes, we'll usually post about those on all of our social media outlets. We're on Google+, Twitter, Facebook. We have a website, gdgkc.org, where everything is also posted on. And then all of our meetups always have a Google+ event and a meetup.com event created for them. So if you're interested in attending one of our events, just look on those sites and you can find us there. The next event after our study jams, actually that's not true either. So we have a upcoming event, our Google I/O Extended. So this matches up with the Google I/O conference that Google will be hosting in California on May 18th. Every year we host an extended event where we watch the keynote for the conference, and we have code labs and discussions about any announcements that were made during the keynote. That will be at the Google Cyberspace in Westport, and doors open at 10:30, keynote starts at 11. Lunch will be provided, there will be tons of giveaways. If you're interested in attending, be sure to follow this Eventbrite link on this slide. That is where the official RSVP list will be, so be sure to register there and get your ticket reserved. So now to what we're all here for, the study jam. So we've had 2 in-person sessions and 1 hangout already. This is our second hangout. We will, like I said, cover lesson 2, lesson 3, and be sure to catch up on any of the course that you haven't done already, and be sure that you have a final project by the April 2nd meetup. That's where we will present all of the final projects. You'll get to see what the other students have made, and you can present yours if you have one. If you do, you get a sweet prize, and you also get entered for a drawing into an even cooler prize. So be sure to show up and give it your best. And also, our next meetup.
Cool prizes for you guys. So.
Yeah. And our next quote-unquote meetup, we'll have another hangout next week, most likely on Wednesday. I haven't checked the calendar yet, but I'll be sure to send out a blast when that's scheduled. It'll just be over basically any questions you guys have. Make sure you guys are coming along with your final projects and getting any help and assistance that we can. So just a quick little overview of kind of what lesson 2 is about, and then we'll try to answer any questions about lesson 2. So that was basically about making your app interactive. So you have Android Studio installed. I know at the last session there were just a couple people that had some hiccups with it. Luckily, a lot less than I thought were going to have problems. So running your app on a device, how to call a method, if your app crashes, what do you do? How do you debug the app? And basically just kind of Java and Android basics, and kind of to prepare you for lesson 3. So I hear that I have static. Are you guys all hearing static?
Yep.
Okay.
We can hear you, but there's lots of static while you're talking.
Huh. Okay. I'm going to mute you, Kyle, just in case it's you. I can't imagine that it is, because I would hear you too, and I'll talk a little slower, so hopefully it's not a big deal. Okay. So these slides will be posted at the end on our Google Plus page. So these are just kind of a bunch of links, and these are actually the same slides that I had posted, that I had shown in the last session. So there's not really any new links in here, but these are some helpful links if you're looking to kind of make your final project make it a little better than just a simple app, and to kind of expand your Android knowledge a little bit. Let me try a different mic to see if that helps with the static. 1 second. Okay. All right, can you guys hear me? Oh, still wrong mic. Can you guys hear me? All right. Let me know if there's any static.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, I don't know.
Do you have the mic boost turned on?
The mic boost?
Yeah.
I haven't turned it on, so I would assume not.
Okay.
All right. Let me talk a little bit and see if there's still any after this, but these afterwards for some just some good reference points if you guys need any extra resources. Okay, so lesson 3 was over a little more in-depth information about coding, kind of more Java basics, variable declarations, method declarations, object declarations, how to create new objects, how to kind of pull if you need to get oh, is that worse, guys? Ah, okay, well, I don't know, Kyle, do you want to?
Do you just want to try your system mic, and we'll try not to talk, so that way you don't get an echo?
Sure.
See if that works.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
You still got some static. Yeah, it might be some bandwidth issue.
Yeah.
Because you were fine when we first started, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, I'm almost done with this. So basically, it's this slide, and then I was going to ask you guys questions. So,
So yeah, this
how
is
about I just...
essentially what lesson 3 is over, and so yeah, I'll just kind of try to fill in. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yep, thumbs up.
Yeah, we're good.
Cool. So yeah, so we are lesson 3, object-oriented programming. Kind of an introduction in how to do it on Android with Java and your programming basics. Your variable declarations, method declarations, using objects, classes, subclasses, inheritance. I'm not all sure what Jay had wanted to talk for this one, but I do know from the course, like you're doing your string manipulation, string concatenations, using toasts, things like that. So is everybody at least started on lesson 3, or any questions over lesson 2B or 2A, 2B?
I'm good. I'm in lesson. I'm in the middle of lesson 3A. So I'm doing pretty well. I still have a few questions, but I just go back and review the material again just to make sure I can get an answer, or just do a Google search.
Okay. Is there anything in particular that you'd want to ask us tonight, or you feel confident that you know what it is and you just want to re-watch the material? Is that kind of what you were saying?
Well, the confidence part is a little reaching. I feel
Oh, you
pretty,
got this.
yeah, I feel pretty good. I just need to, sometimes I need to go back and rewatch it just to get an understanding. But I think I can get it. I just have to, focus a little bit more on it.
Very cool. And I think Chuck had a
Yeah,
question.
yeah. I was trying to work with those linear layouts, and like how you can embed the linear layout inside of another one. And I did a second linear layout inside of so it had 2 linear layouts embedded into one big linear layout, and it didn't want to render properly. I don't know if you guys ever had that problem.
What exactly were you trying to do with the interlinear layout?
Just to put some text boxes to the left and the right. So like I have one vertical and then 2 linear layouts that are horizontal. It worked fine for the first one, but the second one it didn't want to render properly.
Well, you also have to set the orientation. You should always declare your orientation, whether it's horizontal or vertical, on all linear layouts.
Yeah, I thought I did.
But for memory, to make sure that your memory is better utilized when you need to position stuff like that, you're better off using a relative layout. But I don't know if you guys have gotten to the relative layout in your lesson plans as of yet.
Yeah. So if it's more than one linear layout, probably go with the relative, basically, right?
Well, if you find yourself doing a lot of embedded linear layouts, then you should take a step back and look at a relative layout and see if it would fit better, because a relative layout allows you to place things to the anywhere around any of the other objects. It may or may not fit what you're looking for, especially if you get into a situation where you want a custom control that maybe has a click event, in which case it may not be suitable. The linear layout may actually be better. Kind of more of an advanced thing, but.
Very cool. Thanks, Roger. Does that help kind of get you where you were going there, Chuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I get frustrated with the studio sometimes that it you do certain things with the the drag and drop, and it just doesn't work.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Rendering problems.
Yeah. You don't want to get into to where you're too many layers going deep and stuff like that. So, like Roger said, trying the relative layouts might help and your positioning better.
Yeah, I don't know if there's some things like where they're limited to one view or something. I thought I read that somewhere. Like certain views, you can't like embed more than one view or something inside of it.
No, well, that's true for stuff like a scroll view. A scroll view can only have one child, so you create a linear layout and put all of your child elements inside it. But for standard layouts, no, there's not really a limit.
Gotcha. So scroll view is the one to look for.
The scroll view, there might be a couple other ones, but I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. That's the most common one, a scroll view or a list view container, things like that.
I'm also trying to chat with Jay, so that way he's asking questions through me as well. So is everybody here at least started on 3A? Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. And out of you guys, so do you have a final project in mind? So that I don't know if you caught that what Jay was talking about. April 2nd, we're going to go through final presentations. So basically showing off something you built outside of the course using the tools that you learned through this course. So it doesn't have to be the latest and greatest, next Angry Birds or anything like that, but something cool and useful that to you that you feel you want to show off. Here's what I learned through this Study Jam course, and here's a cool thing that I built with it. So, and then you can take that knowledge and apply it to the next Android Study Jam course, and further get more advanced into your Android development, and then either grow that app or actually build. Because I think, Eric, you were talking about you had this app idea in the back of your mind that you've been wanting to build for a while. Maybe that was another one of our students, but one of you guys were telling me that you've had this app idea that you've wanted to build for a while, but the features that you were looking to have in this app, we're only touching on the very beginners of of the Android development. So, but yeah, definitely, don't lose hope. There's not lose hope, but don't yeah, don't lose hope. You guys, like, this is just the beginning. There's lots of more cool stuff to learn, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying our little study jam so far, and breaking the ground on getting into Android development. Watching on YouTube, Tammy says she's at the end of 2 and she's starting 3 tomorrow. So cool, Tammy. Very cool. Since she's watching, do you have any questions, Tammy, that we can help answer for you, or are you pretty confident? See how fast she can type. Cool. And while if she's typing a question, yeah, if you guys have any other questions or anything else that we can help, or if you guys want to, she says she's doing okay so far. Awesome, Tammy. Cool. Definitely reach out to us if you get stuck on anything. As Roger shows in his lower third, he's a professional Android developer as well, so he's made himself available, so we appreciate your help there, Roger. Yeah, if you guys have any, since Jay has the final project slide up, do you guys have ideas that you're already thinking of so far that you want to talk to us a little bit about, or bounce some ideas off of us, or anything like that? You don't have to if you don't want to, but
mine is going to be relatively simplistic because it's actually for what I do professionally as a facilitator. and I have to deal with Android devices, Android-powered devices all the time. So I was trying to develop an app. I kind of talked to Jay about it last Saturday, and about creating something to help the learners that I teach how to basically get I don't know, a hip pocket course on basic buttons with Android. I have a lot of iOS users, so it's really simplistic. It's kind of like a PowerPoint in an app, basically.
Cool. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, excited to see you pull it off. Is that just all the transitions, and yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I just don't want to lose hope in the building part.
I didn't mean that. Yeah, so don't give up. It doesn't have to be the next Angry Birds, like I said, but I mean, so and you're not getting a grade on this, so don't. Yeah, so if you guys, whatever you guys bring, we're more than happy to hear what you see what you guys have been building along with this course. And so yeah, we're super excited to see what you guys have built. So
okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a quick question too. How do we present the final project? Is it just like we use the emulator and then show it on the screen?
We haven't fully discussed that part, but yeah, we can definitely do it via an emulator. That'd probably be better for the projector. You don't have to have it working on an app. If you do have it working as an APK, and you wouldn't mind sharing it out to where other people could have it on their devices and play around with it too, that'd be another cool thing.
If I may interject, there is actually a Chrome plugin called Visor that you can put in. It's in beta, and you put the app on your phone, and it will present it up on the screen, and it's fluid motion. It's great for presentations and stuff.
Like Chromecast, or?
Well,
kind of.
Yeah.
I've used Visor before. As I teach, I cast my screen up to the television, so that way my learners can see everything and kind of go along with it. It actually does a pretty good job because I go into several different apps when I'm presenting what they need to know.
Yeah, it's definitely a very good app to use.
I just dropped the Chrome extension in the chat.
Yeah, it's Visor with a Y, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, VYSOR.
There was a different one. It was like hearing aids or something.
Yeah, it's not that one.
Wasn't that developed by Kush? Didn't Kush develop that as he's a starting developer on that on Visor?
I don't know. I actually had somebody on my Twitch stream tell me about it because I was using a different product that's screenshot driven and it's kind of slow.
Cool. From the YouTube chat, Tammy's saying that she's going to follow her website and have a form and info app. So if we can get you to join the Hangout, we still have some spots available, Tammy. If you'd like to tell us a little bit more about that, we still have room available in the Hangout. I can't post links in the chat, so Jay will have to post links somewhere. If you, it's also in our Google Plus community. I believe you're in that now, Tammy. So there's a post in there about that. If you would like to, and that's how you can get in to join the this Hangout here live. But
I have a quick question, if you don't mind, Kyle.
Sure.
Okay, so from you guys' point of view, I mean, the app I'm trying to basically do, like I said, it's just basically a presentation. It's like sort of like a slides in an app. Do you think that that's too terribly difficult to create? Because all I really want to do is just take screenshots with maybe a little interaction where they can touch like a button, like a recents or back button or home button to pull up what it will do, and then be able to use the three dots in the upper right-hand corner to go to settings. And I'm trying to make it more based on the devices we use at my job, which are antiquated Motorola devices, which I hope we upgrade. But I'm trying to stay with that so that it makes sense to them. Because if I was to jump into maybe like a material set, I think it would be confusing. Do you think that's terribly difficult to develop?
I, from what it sounds like standard moves within an app where you're placing the settings and stuff like that. I'm not sure how much different it would be from the material, because material is part of the latest Android, so you're kind of already going to be using some material elements. Roger might have to back me up on some of this stuff here, but as far as transitions go, that like, so you're wanting them to, you're going to be using like a list view, and you're tapping on an item, and it's going to bring you to a screenshot, is what you were saying?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And then you hit the back button to go back to the list, tap the next one. Yeah. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound too terribly difficult from, I mean, a high-level view that I'm looking at it. So, yeah, I think you could totally, from what you've learned in this course, be able to pull that off.
Okay. Okay. It's just really just a tool for them, so that I don't have to cast to our television to walk them through it. I really want them to be able to use this app to walk through the setup of their device.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. And another thing you can do, because so I guess it sounds more like a wizard. Step 1, step 2, step 3.
Yeah.
So another thing you could do is, pardon me, you could have the screen telling them with step 1, and then have a next button at the bottom, and then step 2, next button at the bottom, step 3, next button at the bottom, and then when you're finished, you can have like, yeah, you're done, or go back to start, go to 10,
That's exactly, I mean, that's pretty much what I had in my mind to do, is just to get them to go through, like you said, the steps as they come down, so that way they can end up back with a, yeah, you made it, you've completed the setup of your device.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I mean, you can even integrate swipe motions in there too. I can't remember what the name of the control is, but it's a compatibility control that'll let you take if you can either do it by control or by an entire layout, and set it up where it has full horizontal swipe capability. I don't remember what the name of the control. I used it a lot years ago.
Okay.
Still pretty popular. So that way you can actually have both button and get on the detail control, and they can swipe it, and it'll actually go to the next one without having to go back.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
There's a lot of cool little nuances like that, and a lot of the Google products will do that too. I don't remember which ones though.
Okay.
Yeah, that is another feature you can add. That is not part of the course necessarily, so that would be something that, so you're not going to find a video in this course based on adding swipe actions. So you'll have to look that up on the Android developer docs to find those controllers and everything.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
And I think Chuck had a question.
No, I'm okay. I was trying to figure out that the Visor thing. It wasn't working at first, but I figured it out. It just
cool.
I had to connect it to. It was like almost connecting to a new computer. Like it had to allow USB debugging on a different computer, and I got it to work.
Weird. So cool. Glad you got it working. Do you are you working on a final project, or would
I've got
to go into detail?
I just was trying to. I'm trying to finish 3B, and then to be able to start on the final project after that.
Okay. Do you have an idea, kind of baking in your mind, on kind of what you're thinking about doing, or?
Kind of election season, so I thought I would do like a Presidential Fax Act or something like that. So.
Really cool. Yeah, that sounds pretty neat. So yeah, excited, and hope to see it at the final presentations. So cool. Oh, looks like Jay might be back online. So yeah, I think if you guys don't have any more questions, we might call this a wrap. I don't know. I don't have the control button, so. So if you guys didn't see Roger's comment in the chat, it's the view pager is what he. Okay, yeah, Eric just got it. Cool. So yeah, so if you do want to add that to your app, very cool. We can give you extra credit bonus points for that. So because that's outside of this course. So very cool. So yeah.
I don't want to add any complexity to what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah, and anything you guys do though outside of the course that you add in and function with your app, I mean, you're not restricted to only having these items in your app. So yeah, that was a very cool addition there, Roger. So thank you. So yeah, if there's anything else that you guys want to add or another cool feature that you want to, because these courses are kind of designed to have you be excited about learning and dive deeper into Android programming. So I mean, if you guys are diving deep and learning more, I mean, bonus points right there. So yeah, don't hold yourself back to only doing what this has, but don't also let it prevent you from being able to present a final. Your final doesn't have to be a finished app necessarily either. So because it could be still your work in progress or things like that.
Will we that day? Will we have enough time if we run into maybe a roadblock? Will we have enough time to get some assistance to try to steer us around it a little bit?
By roadblock, you mean?
We pretty much have our app done. It's just that one little piece that we can't put our finger on, just to get a little help to say, okay, here's where you're at. Here's where you can make a course correction, and you'll be good to go.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And as Jason, because I believe we have a half day again on April 2nd, so we'll have plenty of time to where we can spend like the first hour or two letting everybody do finishing touches, kind of, a warm-up process, and then we can go into presentations. And then again, like Jay said, we're planning on doing another one of these Hangout on Airs next Wednesday, possibly. Look for it on Meetup and Google+, but we'll try to have it out a little earlier if we're doing it, so that way you guys know about it. But you can definitely ask us questions next week as well.
Yeah, and you guys can reach me by email or by Hangouts anytime. I try to keep my phone with me, so I've got it on there, and yeah.
Very cool. Cool. So I guess I don't see any more questions on YouTube. I think if anybody else has anything, I'll let Jay take the controls back over. His mic probably isn't working, but I do know we have the survey slide again, and I'm trying to think. I don't know what else he had on his presentation, but if he can throw that slide back up. Maybe. It's his, or let's see if I can get it. Oh, now my computer's locking up.
If I had it, I'd bring it up for you, but I don't have it.
Yeah. I'm trying to pull it up now too, but yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else while I'm doing this. Any other questions, comments, things you're excited about? We have the Google I/O coming up in May. Make sure to sign up for that. I dropped the link in the chat as well for that.
Mm-hmm. I already put my time in for that one. I never miss I/O.
Yeah.
We have KCDC this year too, and I will be speaking at that event. So I don't know if I'll be the only Android developer doing any presentations, but it's a good one to see. It's in June. It's kcdc.org, I think. So yeah, definitely check that out.
For sure. Oops. Not sure how.
I guess Jay's DSL is smoking right now.
Yeah. Jay just sent me a message. He said the main thing he wanted to say about your guys' final projects was that originality will let your app stand out. So, so kind of like what you guys are saying, your guys' ideas are very unique. So, not necessarily the features are kind of what make apps cool, right? But like Angry Birds, that was totally different than what a lot of these other games, and that's kind of what made it stand out. So, usefulness, just originality, uniqueness, that kind of stuff. Because we won't be the ones who will be judging since we've been the facilitators for you guys. So we'll have some other judges kind of listen to your final presentations, and they'll be the ones that'll pick. So because they haven't been as close to you guys as we are, so like we know what you guys are building. We've been helping you along, and so we'll have some other people listening to your final presentations, and they'll be the judges voting on your guys' apps. So don't let that any. It's not a scare tactic or anything like that. It's it's just to show like we have we're bringing in a few other people to kind of give you a more community opinion on your ideas and stuff like that. So so very cool. But yeah, excited to see what you guys have. Let's see if it'll let me. I finally got it pulled up. Where did the let's see if it'll let me share. So I guess he didn't have the survey link in here, but I will do this. So this is, oops, wrong button. Wow, this is changing on me. Let's fix this. So that's an easier link to type in to get to IO extended. To io16kansascity.eventbrite.com, and that'll take you to the same exact place. And then, yeah, so the survey, if it lets, here, I'll steal it from this one. I'm pretty sure he has it in this one. Nope. Aw, Jay. Maybe this one? Or did he already remove it? I think he already removed it from all of these.
Is it a different every time?
No, it's the same survey that we always do. It's it's a survey that goes back to our GDG heads to pardon me. It's a survey that goes back to our the people who we talk to. So basically, it just shows that we when we list that we're having events, that we actually have people attending them. So through the surveys, it's basically showing us that, here we go. It's basically just, so we can say, we do have people, there's the survey there. We do have people, attending our events. So, and then the bonus out of it is you guys get, if your name gets drawn, they do a drawing each quarter, and you get a choice of Android Watch, Android Tablet, or a Chromebook. And so if you keep your eye on the Play Store or the Google Store devices, so if any of those Chromebooks, any of those watches, any of those tablets, you get to choose one. So, yeah, and that's if everybody has that link, that's all we have. Unless you guys have any other questions or anything like that.
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Awesome, cool. We'll post up we'll post up the Hangout for next week as soon as possible. So make sure to watch our socials and meetup.com for that. And if you guys even don't have any questions, feel free to hop on and let us know your progress. And if you guys are ahead in the course, you can help provide support to anybody else who's still chugging along. So, excuse me, pardon me. But definitely appreciate you guys coming online tonight. And like we've been saying, hit us up. We got Roger, you got Jay, you got me. Hit us up in the Google Plus community if you guys have any questions, or if you, and even if you don't have any questions, feel free to. Because I saw, Eric, you posted the other day when you got something figured out, like you were so excited about it. So it was really cool to see, how excited you were about figuring something out in the course and something like that. So yeah, even post your excitement, like if a hurrah moment. So. Or Eureka.
I remember that. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
So that was really cool to see. So yeah, definitely, if you have questions, don't be afraid to post those, but don't be afraid to post, hurrah moments as well. So okay. Very cool. So thanks for doing that too, Eric.
No problem. I was super stoked on that one.
So
cool.
Cool.
If you guys wanted to stick around after it goes off of live, when we're back to what it was before, I just got a couple things I want to talk about before we leave.
I don't know if we'll be able to go back to off of live because it looks like Jay's computer dropped out, and because he's messaging me still because he thought the Hangout ended, so he can't turn it off live until all leave. So.
Okay. Well, I wasn't going to say this live. I was going to say it offline, but.
Well, we can trim the video too for later if it's something.
Oh no. All I was going to say is I do developer streams on Twitch. I have one tonight. Starts in 30 minutes. You guys can come by, hang out, watch me code. If you have any questions still, you can ask what I'm working on. I'm just building sample stuff. Nothing major. I don't do any enterprise level development on these things, so it's just all sample code I'm working with. Everything's on GitHub, and we just hang out and have fun and talk about all kinds of stuff. I just didn't want to do this on the air, that was all.
Is that kind of a thing now to have Twitch code jams or some coding?
Well, there's a sub-channel in the creative channel of Twitch, and they have a lot of different ones. There's game programmer channels. There's the one that I'm on. There's a lot of web development, but I'm one of the few Android guys. So I just started kicking off a new series this last Wednesday. So every Wednesday I do live coding. So Android or other platforms. But for right now, it'll probably be Android stuff for a while. I got a lot of stuff that I want to build apps for.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, stick around if you want to go ahead and just drop your Twitch channel in the chat then. So.
Yeah.